safe. Those of you who are going to be traveling out for the Super Bowl tomorrow, make sure you have a designated driver if you decide to imbibe. And prayers to Morgan County, Tennessee. There was a tornado that touched down. Last check of information, 2 people are deceased. So prayers for Morgan County, Tennessee. If you'd like to donate to this great network, $BigAngie129 Cash App. Black Hawk DC crash had safety system off. Investigators find. Why was this system off? I'm assuming that it is regulated, you have it on, so why would it be off? The system is supposed to designate where you can see an aircraft in the airspace that you are sharing. Make it make sense. Welcome to the Vault Excel, everyone.
Week after an Army Black Hawk helicopter crashed into American Airlines Flight 5342 over the Potomac River, salvage crews lifted what is left of the chopper from the water. Jennifer Homendy, the chair of the National Transportation Safety Board, briefing members of Congress about the progress of the investigation. Senator Ted Cruz, who was at that briefing, revealing critical technology that would have allowed air traffic controllers to better track the movement of the chopper, was turned off at the time of the collision. The technology, known as Automatic Dependent Surveillance Broadcast, or ADSB, broadcasts an aircraft's position, altitude, and speed.
In this instance, this was a training mission, so there was no compelling national security reason for ADSB to be turned off.
Made while the investigation continues. The FAA notifying the airline companies that traffic at busy Reagan National Airport will be reduced by 2 flights an hour out of concern for air traffic controllers. While the FAA reviews other airports with high volumes of helicopter and airplane traffic nearby. The NTSB chair saying the FAA can make changes immediately as concerns pop up in their probe.
They can see it in real time and make safety change.
Meanwhile, President Trump suggesting the aviation system is outdated without providing many examples.
We should have had better equipment.
As usual.
We have obsolete equipment.
His Secretary of Transportation, Sean Duffy, floating the idea of Elon Musk to revamp air traffic control systems.
I had a conversation with Elon Musk yesterday.
And the NTSB chair called the system antiquated, did not rule out taking Musk's help.
Elon Musk or anyone else can provide great ideas. I mean, they are certainly on the cutting edge of technology. Then I think that's great.
All this as officials in Wichita, where the flight originated.
Well, let me jump in here. Do they even know what the hell happened to the aircraft? Okay, so now you get information that the system was off. Off and being faulty are 2 different things. Do you know for sure, Mr. Elon Musk and number 47, that the system is faulty? You don't know that. You just have information that it was turned off. Now, if the FAA and or NTSB want to tell us that the helicopter had faulty equipment, then that would be different. But how do you know what the fuck the aircraft had? Yeah, I said that. Always speaking out of turn and don't even know what the hell you're talking about. Did they give us information that the system was faulty, that the aircraft is faulty, the aircraft was old, the wing was old? You understand what I'm saying? Speak on what you know. Stop talking about things you don't have verification of. So let them bring us proof that there was something wrong inside of the aircraft. Bottom line, the point is, why was it off? That's the point. Now, you have information or a source to give to us that this system was faulty. Okay, then tell us that. But if they're not telling us that, then we don't need to jump to conclusions that it was faulty. You know, stop assuming stuff and putting stuff out here, throwing stuff out here that you don't even have a receipt to. I'm sick of this shit. Every time this motherfucker talks, he's always throwing stuff out that he does not have a receipt to. Just stop doing that. You know, number 47, when's the last time that you fly a fucking helicopter or airplane? I'll wait. You have not. Elon Musk, have you flown a plane or a helicopter? You haven't, so shut up.
Originated make plans for a permanent memorial in honor of the victims, and the was cut short.
So meanwhile, Ryan, this morning there's news of a small plane that's gone missing in Alaska. What more can you tell us about that?
Yeah, Craig, this is a bit of a mystery. A small Bering Air flight carrying 10 people on board went missing during a flight between two small towns over the western coast of Alaska. The plane departed at around 2:40 p.m. local time, but then lost contact with air traffic control about 40 minutes later, just 10 minutes before its scheduled arrival, and about 12 miles offshore. Now, the weather conditions in the area consisted of poor visibility. There was light snow and cold temperatures. Before the plane disappeared, the pilot told air traffic control that he intended to enter a holding pattern while waiting for the runway to be cleared. That's according to the Nome Fire Department. Now, search crews have been searching overnight, but so far they have not had any luck finding
Sorry about
the
that.
aircraft. Craig?
Keep us posted on that one, Ryan. Ryan Nobles for us. Thank you, Ryan. Hey,
All right, everybody. So as far as that airplane, the airplane that crashed on the ice, the sea rather, and there's snow ice on top of the sea. It has been identified as, they said, missing aircraft. 10 people were on board, and all persons have perished. The reason why they had 3 people at first as deceased is because they couldn't get the rest of the victims out of the remains out of the aircraft, because naturally it's compacted with the crash. But all 10 persons on that aircraft have been deemed deceased. There are no survivors on that Alaskan flight. Thank you for joining me. Welcome to the Vault Excel. Let me get a little bit of information pertaining to this Black Hawk. Thank you for joining me. Lord have mercy, it's always something. All right, everybody. We're gonna bring you a little more information pertaining to the Black Hawk. Please be safe this Sunday if you're going to be out. Let's see what else we have. Okay, give you an area view of the Black Hawk. That's the Black Hawk on the barge, the Potomac River. This content is by CBS News. The Army Black Hawk helicopter that collided with an American Eagle flight over the Potomac River late last month was flying with the safety system turned off, Senator Ted Cruz told reporters Thursday following a closed-door briefing by the Federal Aviation Administration National Transportation Safety Board. All 67 people on the 2 aircraft were killed when they collided near National Airport near Washington, D.C. Cruz, a Texas Republican, chairs the Senate Commerce Committee, which has oversight of the airline industry. He says senators were told the helicopter had its automatic dependent surveillance broadcast, ADSB, system turned off. Military aircraft are allowed to fly with that system off. So now we have to ask, why are they allowed to have it off? Just asking. ADSB provides detailed, granular information to track aircraft locations. The Black Hawk had a transponder, so it would have appeared on radar and was providing flight data, though the ADSB is much more accurate. Well, if this is more accurate, then why would you have it turned off? Make it make sense. Unless there was a compelling national security reason for turning it off, that does not seem justified. And in this instance, this was a training mission, so there was no national security reason for ADS-B to be turned off, Cruz told reporters. I don't know what I'm reading. This all sounds crazy to me. Senator Tammy Duckworth, a Democrat from Illinois and a former Army helicopter pilot, also noted the questions surrounding the safety system. Well, see, this is where I'm confused. You're saying if there was no national security threat. He says, unless there was a compelling national security reason for turning it off. Okay, so then if it's a national security, what? I'm confused. If there's a national security reason, then why would it be turned off? Help me understand. Somebody out there that knows something about this, help the Queen understand. I don't understand. What we don't know, whether or not the helicopter actually had their ADS-B out turned on. It sounds like it might not have been turned on, but the Army was very clear that the equipment was actually installed in the aircraft. That the equipment was is installed. That's the same good English. Who the hell is writing this? I'm sorry. Makes no sense. It says it sounds like it may not have been turned on, but the Army was very clear that the equipment was is. All these double negatives was is. Makes no sense. SEAL NTSB Chair Jennifer Hamady told reporters the agency's investigators had not confirmed whether the chopper was even equipped with the technology. See, this is why I keep saying this over and over. Stop speaking on things you don't know yet. So you don't know if they even have the technology. Yet the title of this video says it was turned off. So which is it? Because you can't turn on something you don't have. Damn, this is crazy. We don't know that at this time, Hamady said before describing the helicopter cruise mission. This was a combined night vision goggle annual check ride. Oh, God. ADS-B data is one of the data streams fed to air traffic controllers, along with center radar and approach radar. It's fused together into a single display on controller screens. Even without the ADS-B data, it has been revealed the controller involved had a track on the helicopter that showed it had an altitude of 300 feet. The controller was in touch with the Black Hawk, which indicated it could see the plane and would maintain separation. Democratic Senator Maria Cantwell of Washington questioned last week why the FAA has allowed military flights with the ADS-B system turned off. The NTSB will seek to determine if the system was present and turned on, and if not, why not, and whether its use might have helped avoid the accident. Though it appears there was enough data that the danger of the situation should have been clear regardless. CBS News is the source. This is ridiculous. You don't know if it was on or off, but yet you've got all this content and video saying it was off. And this article says we don't even know if they have the technology. What the hell am I reading? See, this is what I don't like. This right here. Up, down, across the street, around the corner. This is why you don't speak on things you don't know about. Excuse me. You don't have a clear indication of what the fuck happened to the Black Hawk, then don't say nothing. That's how I ride. I'm a realist. I don't deal with all this old hopscotch type stuff. You don't have indication of anything, then don't say anything. Speak on what you have, and that's the best way to go. You have indication that the Black Hawk was at a certain footage, then you give that. And then you let the NTSB continue to investigate, and then we wait to see what they have to say. But all this old extra stuff, hee-hawing ass stuff, well, it was up here, it was down here, it had goggles on, goggles off. You know, it's like you're playing fucking baseball. Who's on first? Who's on second? I don't know. Did he have his helmet on? Did he have a baseball bat? Oh, he had a glove on, glove off. I don't know. That's why you don't speak on things before you have a full investigative report to say either way, because you don't want to have to retract anything. So this article says, well, we don't really know if they had the technology or not. It's like, wow. So basically we're going on what? The data from the airplane and what the controller said at the tower, which one day it was one controller, the next day it was 5 people in there. So we've gone from one person to Mickey Mouse, Donald Duck, Minnie Mouse. Come on, Batman, Superman. So see, people will start to question what's the truth. Because you all put this information out. You only had one controller working, remember? You sent somebody home, remember? They went home before 9 o'clock, 9:30. Oh, the FAA allows for a person to watch helicopters and airplanes. Then next time we looked up days later, oh, it's 5 people in the controller tower. Well, which is it? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? Hell, maybe nobody was up there. How about that? I'm just saying. Are we going to find out nobody was up in the fucking tower? The planes were on their own. Because you go from 1 to 5. So I'm the type of person that says, well, we can go from 1 to 5, we can go to 0. Then we got this information you're putting out about the Black Hawk didn't have the system turned on. Then this article by CBS News says somebody's saying, well, we don't really know if they had it in the aircraft. What the hell are you saying? So then I have to ask the question, well, are they all equipped with the technology or no? This is crazy to me. See, it's stories like this that irritate me. I'm a very high-strung person, and I don't like all this old extra stuff. I like if you have viable information, you have something with a receipt, then you tell us what you have. If you don't know what you have is accurate or not, then just don't speak on it. Just say, we are currently evaluating the information. That to me makes more sense than putting this hee-haw ass shit out here to where one person is saying, well, I don't even know if the aircraft even had the system. So we're going from it was turned off to, well, don't know if it was even in there. So then somebody's going to say, well, do the aircrafts normally have the system? What are you saying? This is the latest information, everybody, from CBS. I'm going to check out of here because I don't think I need to talk any further about what happened in D.C. between the airliner and the aircraft, because they're all over the place with the footage and the this and the that and who's on top, who's on the bottom, what the aircraft saw, what the helicopter people saw, who was up 300 feet, who was 200 feet. It's like, this is why I say, don't speak on something you don't have a verification of, because right now you're putting out information as if the helicopter was in the way, it crashed into the plane. Then you're saying, oh, they had the security system turned off. Then you're now surveillance system turned off. Now you're saying, well, I don't know if they even had it. Well, come on. One or the other. That's the latest, everybody. Check my community page for saying updates. Check out my video from yesterday pertaining to Megan Boswell, the Alaskan airliner that was found. 10 people are deceased on that said aircraft. Naturally, the NTSB will be investigating that. And Kanye West wants Donald Trump to free Puff Daddy. 3-part live yesterday. Please check it out. It's worth your time. Like, share, subscribe. Drop your comments below this video. Hit that like button. And if you'd like to donate to this great network, $$ McAndrew, 129 Cash App. I don't know what else to say about either of this. You know, it's bad enough you had this crash, then you had the crash in Philadelphia. Crash. They didn't have a box that recorded data. So it's like we're going from no box on the medic plane to now the helicopter didn't have its safety system on. To I don't know if they even had it in the plane, the helicopter. This is bad to me. All I can say is you take a chance walking outside your damn door. And I think you all know what I mean. You take a chance walking outside getting hit by a truck, car, piano falling off the side of the damn building. And so you should already know, plane, train, car, automobile, you take the same risk. Prayers for everybody. And please be safe this weekend if you're going to be out once again traveling for the game, the Super Bowl game, if you're going to be on the highway going to New Orleans, and or if you're going to be, with friends or a bar or wherever, please have a designated driver already lined up for tomorrow. Please be safe, act accordingly, responsibly. God bless all of you. I'll try to put up maybe a movie or a documentary for the weekend. Check my community board for said updates and polls. And this is the latest development pertaining to the Black Hawk. Once again, if you don't know anything or you don't have a receipt to the said information, please just don't put this information out here because it's already scary now flying. Airplanes don't look that safe. Whether it's one plane a year or less than a year falling out of the sky, it's still scary with these incidents happening. Now we have a plane that went down in Alaska, smaller plane, of course, and I don't trust smaller planes. They seem to be the ones that's always crashing for some weird reason. But anyway, God bless all of you. Stay safe this weekend. Let's watch the game tomorrow. I don't know who you're rooting for, but may the best team win. Thank you for your time. You've been listening to the Vault XL. Thank you.